But you don't have any like career goals?
Career goals.
Like hit 1 million by 2022,
The reason
for
why I
example?
don't, I'm so horrified to like disappoint myself that I rarely make stuff like that. I used to be very competitive as a child, but I realized that when you're a kid, and also because you're a girl, no one likes aggressively competitive girls. So I like beat myself down into someone that's just really not competitive at all. Very passive, just
Like
kind of.
who doesn't like like
Well, I think
like other
it's
boys in your
it.
class?
I mean, yeah, well, it's just in general. Like if you have a
Tina,
little
those
bit of
boys are
competitive
now
natures,
tier
it's
3
not even
subs
just
in your
boys.
chat
It's
now.
it's like it's like anyone really, even adults. They just think that like girls that are competitive are like B words. You know what I mean? It's really sad. I don't think. I think it happens less.
Do you want to change? I mean, you can always change that.
Oh
You
yeah,
can
it's
always
just
change.
I think like I'm a product of caring about what people think a lot. Like I think oh my god, the person I was as a kid was the complete opposite of who I am now. It's so insane. Like I was like I always wanted to be like in the center of the room. I always wanted to like do this and this and this and this and this and like but then over time I started doing this thing where every time someone said something mean about me, I would internalize it and I would be like, this is true. And so like what can I do to change this? And then I would like change my personality a little bit. And it happened this way like over time, especially through middle school. Like kids are just cruel. High school, like people say stupid stuff and they don't realize it's like awful until it's later. But now I'm at this point in my life, I don't know. It's just when you hear things okay, when you're younger, right? When people say like mean things to you, there's always like a hint of truth to them. You know what I mean? Because they're so blunt and rude, they don't think twice about saying things like that.
I think sometimes when you're younger, like people say stuff that they don't mean just to be funny to their friends.
Mm, yeah, maybe. Except well, no, cuz sometimes like even in like heated situations, like people will say like really mean things to you. Like I don't think I took the jokes personally, you know. I think I just remember like wanting to play with this like girl and she pushed me down on the ground. She was just like, just leave the stupid bitch alone. And I was like 7. I was like, what?
What the fuck? Yo, did you grow up in Compton?
They just got, no, I grew up in Colorado and they just like got really mad if I got attention from like anyone. And so I was like, I
just
went
jealousy.
from like, yeah, I
same
just
thing back then and same thing now. It's just jealousy.
yeah, I guess. It's just I had always taken like the mean things people said about me and like internalized them. And I was like, they wouldn't say this unless it's true, so I should probably change this for people to like me. But now I'm in this really weird situation where I exist on the internet and I'm in front of eyes that I think like no I mean, you guys would both know like I feel like people aren't trained to have more than like 10 sets of eyes on them. You know what I mean? Or like 10 bad opinions. Like doesn't it just feel like you're not really like wired for that kind of thing? Isn't it like such a new type of experience?
Yeah, I mean, it is. I think
Yeah.
you're completely correct. Cause when you're just living your regular life, right? You're just going to school, you're gonna work. There's maybe like 1 or 2 coworkers that are like super mean, are like assholes.
And
But
that's
then,
all
like,
you get, really, right?
yeah, and then let's say like that's like maybe like 2% of the people that you meet and like talk to every day. And then like if you're a YouTuber or a streamer, that 2% is not only just 2 people anymore.
It's
more
God.
like the bigger you get, it just gets bigger and bigger, and it's hard to like rationalize
Yeah.
like the percentage of the people that like you and the people that dislike you, and you tend to focus on the raw number, not the percentage. It's like, oh my god, it's 2,000 people saying this, but then like maybe like 2 million people like you.
Yeah, and not only that, it's just like when I was younger, I used to like start to believe that I was like, I believed that the things that people were telling me were true. Because why else would they say it? Even if I didn't think it before, if people said that to me, I was like, you know what? Maybe you're right. Like, maybe I am.
Have you said anything that you didn't mean before to other people?
Yeah, of course.
Just out of like accident, or like just to be funny, but you went too far, or like maybe you were mad.
Maybe, but here's where I'm going with this, right? Now that like we're on the internet, there's so many people that make assumptions about you. They don't actually know who you are. Like your coworker knows you so much better than some random incel on the internet. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a struggle when you hear a bunch of things about yourself that aren't even true, but your brain is so trained to internalize these things as if it is. Like sometimes people say like really mean things about me and my brain is like, yeah, that's true. Even if it's not, I'm like, or they like make up stories. You know how they like hyper analyze every interaction with like every person? Mm-hmm. I'm just like, why? Like they just started making stuff up and I'm just like, and in my brain I'll be like, yeah, that's true, but it's not, you know, just because I'm so used to like internalizing it. And so lately I've been trying to just not care about anything. You know what I mean? And it's really hard because it's like an unlearning process.
I don't think you should not care about anything, because
well, no.
That will always happen with like people that are
not anything. I mean like people that are clearly like saying things that literally have never happened, or like they're just actually crazy and like making stuff up about you and then like using that as a basis to like rain on you, you know what I mean? Like that kind of not care. Or like
that's good.
Letting random strangers on the internet dictate my life. Like that's kind of weird. Right.
I mean, I think as long as you're human, those stuff is gonna bother you. I would say like I'm the type of person where it doesn't really bother me too much, but obviously if someone's like making shit about me, like it's gonna affect me. I think you shouldn't really feel bad about having like even bullshit accusations like that affect you, like, and your mental being, because that's just human. But as long as you like recognize more and more and you have like people around you that actually care about you, like affirm that with you, like the truths in your head will just overpower what everyone else is saying. Because most people, they just see like a popular person and then they make so many assumptions. Like even like probably your creator friends or like people that you met before, or like even me, right? Like we only talked a few times. Like I don't know anything about you.
Yeah.
And like people that watch you every single day still won't know much about you because they don't know you as like
it's
a personal,
just so weird.
like actual human being.
It's so weird when people talk about things they don't know and then they like are just so invested into this thing that they make up in their head, isn't it? Like I just feel
they want to believe
like
it, that's why.
people don't do that usually. Like that's not normal. I don't know.
Wasn't there something recently where someone put a screenshot of like, why are you doing this? I can't defend you when you do things like this. And it's like, you don't have to defend me. Stop.
Yeah, it's just, I hate when people get like super invested into like, I don't know.
I think that's a very unhealthy mindset that people can have. Because they see you as like, if you're watching anime, right? Like people get super invested into anime and they're just fictional characters. I think like the disconnection between like viewers and some streamers is that people view you as a character and they kind of disconnect the idea that you're an actual human being.
Dude, the shipping thing is so weird. Don't you freaking hate it when like people do that?
No, I do too, because
so much.
I feel like for me, I like wholeheartedly believe like a girl and a guy can be like really good friends and then not have any feelings for each other. But then like,
but the thing is, like,
know that,
even if they did, it just ruins things. You know what I mean? When
it makes you like question, oh shit, should I just like not message them anymore?
Yeah, because like, I'm just like, I don't want them to be uncomfortable. So like people could ship me with like some other person, and like if people just keep, even if we're like friends, if people just start shipping, I just don't want to like interact with that person anymore because I don't want to put them in a situation where they're uncomfortable. And I don't want to put people in a situation, I don't know. It's just, it's so frustrating and annoying.
What viewers need to understand is that streaming is a very new thing in the media, where if you watch TV in the past, or like if you watch like an animated show, let's say you watch like Avatar, or like let's say you watch like an anime, those are all like scripted stories with like fictional characters. But streaming is more like just real human beings trying to hang out with people, right? So a lot of people see like streams as like TV, and then they can just criticize and just like not think of you as a human being.
I'm like, this is not the storyline I want. Rewrite yourself,
Yeah,
please.
this is not
Yeah.
what I want. I want to believe something else. So I'm gonna just assume that you're this.
Yeah.
But like they tend to forget that you're a real human being with real emotions and just as much worries as everyone else in the world, right? It doesn't matter how many followers you have, like how much money you make, you're still a human being. And how do I word this?
I'm eating 2 cookies right now, having coffee.
Like, well, while you think, I'll just add, like, even what we're doing right now, like, to be self-aware, this is like a conversation that I feel like we would have just normally, but it just so happens we have an audience. Like, it's this thing where like we are just being ourselves, and yeah, like to some it may even seem like, oh, this is like
Yeah,
they're
I'm
planning.
not gonna lie. I don't know if I would ever like. I think I just kind of like spilled mad beans, but maybe it's like midnight. I like maybe this is like too much. I don't know.
No, I think it's good. I think it's good.
I
'cause
just-
a lot of people don't think about that when they watch streamers.
Yeah.